Well, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for allowing me to join you this morning. Scott, thank you so much for that kind introduction. It is wonderful to be here this morning with leaders from credit unions around the country. Credit unions play a critical role in our communities. Your institutions help everyday people save for a car, a home, their education, and greater opportunities for their kids. You make business loans that invest in our communities, create jobs, and move our economy forward. You help your members build better and more secure lives. And that's why I'm so excited to be here with you today and why we work so well together. We must do more to help everyday people build better, more financially secure lives. And we must do more to ensure that those who work hard in our country have a shot at success. Too often, hardworking families in Arizona and across the country do everything right, but still struggle to get ahead. For some, it's a mortgage they couldn't keep up with because of an unexpected medical bill. For others, it's their life savings or credit wiped out by identity theft or financial fraud. I know a bit about unexpected events and how difficult the struggle can be for everyday Arizonans. You know, I'm not like most people in politics. I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, into a middle-class family. That is, we were middle class until my dad lost his job. I was in elementary school when that happened, and then pretty quickly, my parents got divorced, and my mom, who was a homemaker, struggled to take care of 3 kids of her own. First, we lost our car. Then, we lost our home. For almost 3 years, we were homeless and lived in an old, abandoned gas station. We didn't have running water or electricity, and sometimes we didn't have enough food to eat. But we made it through those tough times thanks to hard work and help from family, friends, and our community. And after 3 years, my stepdad found work, and we moved into a small home. We never made it back to the middle class, but things got better as a working class family. And I knew that getting a good education was the best way to ensure I never ended up homeless again. So after college, I became a social worker so I could help kids and families that I served get the same shot at the American dream that I had had. I saw injustice all around me that prevented the families and children I worked with from truly achieving their dreams. I wanted to make a larger impact and create lasting change for Arizona's women, seniors, veterans, and families. And that's what motivated me to run for the State House and then the State Senate. While there, I helped Arizona veterans get in-state tuition at public universities. I fought against sex trafficking and supported tougher penalties for domestic violence. I learned quickly that the only path to real lasting results was to build relationships and trust on both sides of the aisle and then focus on the areas where we agreed. Once we got past all of that partisan rhetoric, we formed respectful relationships, found common ground, and got a lot of great things done for Arizonans. And today, I take that same approach in Congress. I'll work with literally anyone to solve our country's challenges. But unfortunately, that approach is too rare in Washington these days. But everywhere I go, I hear from folks that they are sick and tired of the chaos in Washington and that they've had enough of the political games that stop us from getting things done. It doesn't have to be that way. Our country is facing a lot of problems right now, but we can solve those problems if we work together. In fact, we have solutions in Congress right now that will create greater financial security for everyday American families and have broad support from both parties. One of these solutions is the Senior SAFE Act, legislation I introduced with my Republican colleague, Bruce Poliquin of Maine. 1 in 5 seniors have had their hard-earned savings robbed through financial fraud and exploitation. We're talking about serious money here, almost $3 billion a year, stolen from innocent people who worked hard their entire lives to be able to retire with certainty. But in the blink of an eye, victimized families slide from the middle class into poverty, or retirees will have their golden years stolen from them through no fault of their own, with no warning and little recourse. These sorts of shocks can be particularly devastating to the elderly, 4 in 10 of whom are already financially and economically vulnerable. It's estimated that very few instances of senior financial exploitation are ever reported, leaving these victims penniless and the criminals at large. Our Senior SAFE Act empowers credit unions and other financial institutions to protect these seniors and their families. Our bill enables your institutions to better defend the livelihoods of your members and helps law enforcement catch the criminals who threaten seniors by ensuring that you can identify fraud, report it, and stop financial abuse of the elderly. The Senior SAFE Act protects financial institutions that report financial exploitation of a senior citizen from all liability. It incentivizes training to identify and stop fraudsters who are targeting seniors. And the bill also makes it easier for you and for your employees to communicate with law enforcement agencies who catch the bad guys. And the good news is, our bill passed the House of Representatives last month and is working its way through the Senate right now. We're hopeful that it could be voted on next month. Our bill is a perfect example of how much we can accomplish if we reach across the aisle and work together to solve problems. Credit unions are so critical to families and communities, and that's why I work across the aisle to find common sense regulatory relief to increase access to capital for Arizona families and small businesses, and to spur lending and job creation. Credit unions help millions of everyday Americans build better and more secure lives. Together, we can also reduce the fraud and abuse that threatens the financial security of too many American families and seniors. Everyday Arizonans, like Americans all across this country, want the opportunity to work hard and build better lives for themselves and their kids. They want Washington to either support that effort or get out of the way. And I agree. There are actions we can take right now, like passing the Senior SAFE Act into law, to help families become more financially secure, help businesses grow, and move our country forward. I know that together we can accomplish these goals and more. Thank you again so much for being here, and good luck today as you visit your members on the Hill. Thank you so much.